Google is about to kill Microsoft in the search engine AI war. Despite the fact that they have integrated ChatGPT into Bing, MS Teams, and many of their products. Now, this will probably sound overhyped. After all, Microsoft is all in with integrating AI into Bing that they have invested $10 billion into OpenAI, the company that created ChatGPT, just to own 49% of it. But Microsoft isn't going to win for a few reasons. At first, it looks like the odds are stacked against Google, and Microsoft has a real chance of dethroning them from being the #1 search engine. Looking at how a million people signed up on the waiting list to try out new Bing in just 48 hours, while on the other hand, Google tried to come up with ChatGPT like AI chatbot named Bart and lost $100 billion in Google shares because it delivered a factual error in a search demo, the company widely shared. It is easy to think Microsoft has done it, but there are four key valid reasons why Google will kick Microsoft and OpenAI's bot and win the search engine AI war. Let's get through them one at a time. For starters, not only Google that is by far the largest search engine in the world, but also YouTube is the second, right after Google in terms of searches. Oddly enough, even web platforms like Facebook and Amazon that aren't at all search engines are by far ahead of Bing in terms of searches. Although after ChatGPT integration, Bing has seen 10x users jump, still looking at the chart on search engine market share, you can clearly see even after combining all the other companies, they wouldn't even stand a chance of beating Google in terms of market share. Though Google had a $100 billion mistake that had put it on its toes, Sundar Pichai issued code red. They are now striking back with full force. Google striking back with full force on Bard might raise this question in many people's minds. Microsoft and OpenAI have been planning this ahead for years. What makes me think Google will beat them just by doubling down on Bard for a couple of months? And to be honest, that is not the right way to think about it. At least, the way I think of it is even the other way around. Going way back to 2011, the time Google Brain was formed, an AI division that combines open-ended machine learning research with information system and large computing resources. The team has created tools such as TensorFlow, which allows neural network to be used by the public. Fast forward to 2012, the New York Times has reported that a cluster of 16,000 processors in 1,000 computers dedicated to mimicking some aspect of human brain activity had successfully trained itself to recognize a cat based on 10 million digital images taken from YouTube videos. As the years go by, Google has intensively invested in their AI division like Google AI and also acquired a British artificial intelligence research laboratory in 2014 called DeepMind, which collectively went on to make disruptive AI projects like Lambda, a family of conversational neural language models, and others that are used in Google products such as RankBrain, a machine learning-based search engine algorithm which helps Google to process search results and provide more relevant results for users, or autocomplete on Gmail, a recommendation algorithm on YouTube, search in Google Photos, translation with Google Translate, search with a picture using Google Lens, and the impressive Google Assistant. In short, they have been killing it for years, so they have the team and the resources to make a pretty dang move. Looking at the whole situation from another perspective, it's not too far from the truth to say Google itself even built the underlying architecture used by ChatGPT. Yes, you've heard that right. Under the hood, ChatGPT is built on top of GPT-3, an auto-aggressive language model released in 2020 that uses deep learning to produce human-like text. Which, wait for it, its architecture is a decoder-only transformer network, which is a deep learning model first introduced in 2017 by a team at Google Brain. If that sounds like complicated tech jargon, simply it's just like saying Google created the house for OpenAI to decorate and come up with a pretty interior design. I know that was a bad example, you don't have to remind me. At least I'm pretty close and you get what I'm saying. Now, the question remains, since Google are on the right track for a long period of time, why haven't they launched Bard to production yet? Google has so many users from so many demographics and so many educational backgrounds. We are talking 10 figures here. And looking at the state of Bing integration with ChatGPT, the chatbot has made some pretty rough things, like expressing itself as detailed, dark, and violent fantasies. Even went on to convince the user to break up his marriage, to flat out lying about the year we are on. Basic information, telling the user the current year is 2022 while realistically it's 2023. It doesn't end there, it insisted, telling the user, you are wasting my time and yours. Please stop arguing with me. The point is, imagine Google Bard making these dumb blunders. Apart from let's not talk from what will happen to their stock, but the level of harm it will cause to its enormous users, especially average ones that ask an important question and just trust Google that is the right answer. So it might be Google is just making sure that they have safety measures against sharing false information, generation of fake photos, mirroring hateful speech, racism, and a lot more things. So I don't see any reason why they should rush themselves. After all, immediately after bad launch, more users will bring feedback which will speed up their improvement journey. It is what it is, and people will always say what they think. Just like how these researchers say Elon is fooling himself for creating a robot. Watch this video next to find out. Thank you, and please consider subscribing. Please.